All right, welcome back to Viking Author Reactions. I know it's been a really long time. I have been kind of struggling to maintain everything, going to school full time and working full time. It's just, I'm behind. But I've had several people, I've got some good friends that I'm going to pop a few here and there that have kind of been asking, when I'm going to get to another video. And so I just wanted to do some shout outs, thank them for, wondering what's going on. I'm going to try to do a few things here, but I've got a lot of schooling to do today. So, um, Tom Macdonald dropped the song a few days ago. I know I'm a little behind. I haven't heard anything about it. I don't know anything about it. I know that with what's going on right now is very scary. There's a lot going on in our world, and so I don't know. Sometimes he hits on things that I feel people need to hear. So it's called Brainwashed. I have my own thoughts on that, but let's go ahead and get into this video and see what Tom is all about with this video.
Half the country fell asleep, but they scream woke. We're distracted by vaccines and TV shows.
Dude, I feel that. I'm so sick of hearing about the vaccine. So sick of people's opinion on the vaccine. It's good, it's bad, you need to take it. Oh, I wish people cared as much for what they were doing in their own lives as much as they cared about what everybody else was doing with their lives. It just bothers me to no end. It kills me.
Distracted by vaccines and TV shows, politics, celebrity gossip, popular neat quotes. Black lives, white lives, which lives mean most? We only dedicate one day to remember our fallen soldiers, the men and women who died young. But if you come out the closet as Caitlyn Jenner, you're a hero and you get a whole Pride Month.
That one hit hard. That one hit hard. In fact, it seems like in today's society, the general push from the mainstream media and those that support that is that they don't like the troops, they don't like police, they don't like the things that keep our society safe, which is the stupidest set point you can possibly have. But he's right. Yeah, I mean, people that try to stand out in society just to stand out, you know, we're not respecting our heroes, that's for sure.
And you get a whole Pride Month. The most dangerous pandemic's propaganda from these clowns. Only mass that's gonna save us is duct tape on their mouths. Don't speak. We don't need to defund police, need to defund the media who lies through their teeth.
Oh, that is so true. Oh my goodness. It just kills me. And everything is just getting worse and worse and worse. And we keep, we keep making these huge strides backwards, crime skyrocketing. And then you have Democrats that are now saying that the Republicans are the ones trying to defund the police. It's just that the media is such. I've never seen such lies. So if you're out there, if you're watching this and you believe the mainstream media, seek help. Like, the mainstream media is a joke.
The media who lies through their teeth like big pharma doesn't cure you, dog, cause every patient that gets cured is a customer lost. And big oil runs the world. The only wars that get fought are with the countries who have natural resources they want. Heard him claiming if a white man braids his hair and likes rap, he's appropriating culture. But if a white man acts too white, he's white trash. He's a racist, he's a bigot, he's a monster. Let's just have the conversation. Not every liberal is dumb, not all Republicans are racist. The government wants everybody fighting with their neighbors cause they know that if we get along, we'll probably go against them. They can't stop us, cause we're ready to fight, trying to brainwash us, but we won't let freedom die.
Again, his hooks are just not my favorite. If you've seen my videos before with Tom Macdonald, it's not my favorite.
The whole world's brainwashed. Everybody pick a team, start a riot in the streets. The whole world's brainwashed. It's us against them, it ain't you against me. How did monkeys become people and people turned into sheep? They put fluoride in the water that's keeping us all asleep. Claim they want what's best for us, I find it hard to believe. selling us cigarettes since we was 18. Fake news, fake woke, distract and divide. You're either right or you're left, or you're black or you're white. Big tech don't need a
True.
microchip to hack in your life, cause the phone inside your pocket is a tracking device. And I don't know what I'm more sick of, rappers or Joe Biden looking like he ate 100 Xanax for dinner. Cause censoring the president and kicking him off Twitter is a bigger threat to freedom than foreign ballistic missiles. You don't trust the police or the government, but you want people giving up their right to own a firearm. Why would you be comfortable if police and the government the only people on the planet with the right to buy a gun?
That hits hard. It's the hypocrisy for me of the mainstream push. They're brain dead. The mainstream push is just one brain dead movement. They want to abolish the ability for us to own guns, and they say only the police should have guns, but then they're like, well, the police are racist, horrible people, and we need to abolish them, we need to defund them, we need to completely reset that. Like, if they get their way, if the mainstream push gets its way, the only people who will have guns will be the terrorists and the criminals, and there will be no free society. You will never have choice to do whatever you want ever again. They are actively pushing for their own demise, and when they finally see what they've done, it'll be too late, because in their minds it's all a money scheme. They're like, well, I'll be protected. I've got people in my back pocket that'll still, be able to, like, these politicians that are pushing to defund the police and get rid of guns, spend tens of thousands of dollars on their own private security. It's okay for them, but it's not okay for you. How is that okay? And if you're agreeing with that set point, I'm telling you, you need to check yourself. If that feels okay to you, check yourself.
On the planet with the right to buy a gun. White privilege getting amplified to reinforce division. It convinces white people that they're favored by their skin, and black people getting angry because they're told they're treated different. So the conflict is between us and never with the system. Let's just have the conversation. Not every liberal is dumb, not all Republicans are racist. The government wants everybody fighting with their neighbors because they know that if we get along, we'll probably go against them. They can't stop us, cause we're ready to fight, trying to brainwash us, but we won't let freedom die. The whole world's brainwashed. Everybody pick a team, start a riot in the streets.
The song, I mean, just the way society's going. I mean, the first time I watched V for Vendetta, if you haven't seen it, you should go watch it. I thought it was a really good movie, but I thought that was crazy, that there's no way a society could get like that, where everything was so completely dictated and the corruption was so severe that you could almost taste it. Like, it was just everywhere, in everything. I just couldn't believe it. That's exactly where the mainstream push is taking us to where there's one dictator and anything he says hits a blacklist and you don't ever get to hear it again, and you're told when you can leave, when you can't leave. And we're pushing for it. You can't enter a state unless you have a paper that says you got a vaccine. You can't do this, you can't do that. I'm going to demand what you can and can't do, when and how you can and can't do it. And it's horrible. It's pathetic. But that's what we're heading to. I don't know. It's a scary thing.
The whole world's brainwashed. It's us against them, it ain't you against me. Step 1, train the people only to consume. Step 2, infiltrate adults with the news. Step 3, indoctrinate the children through the schools and the music and the apps on the phones that they use. Step 4.
So true. Oh, they're in the schools. I mean, the school systems have been just horrible.
Separate the right from the left. Step 5, separate the white from the black. Step 6, separate the rich from the poor. Use religion and equality to separate.
That's one thing I'll never understand. They do such a good job in the mainstream media of separating, like white, black, brown, whatever. Like, it's horrible the way that they push that you have to, they're trying to make it so that no matter what, the first thing in the mainstream's eyes, especially with this critical race stuff, the mainstream's eyes, the very first thing you need to notice about somebody is what color their skin is. Immediately, the mainstream says you need to look at the color of their skin and then put them into a box. That's what That's what they're saying. You find their skin, you put them in a box, and then you treat them according to the box that you put them in. That is the stupidest, most dumbfounding thing that you can possibly do. Uh, People are only separated from other people by the choices that they make in their life. You don't have to have one color skin, one background to be a good person. And if you have to look at somebody's skin and then put them into a box, you'll never get to understand if they're a good person or if they're not a good person. If you're hiding behind such labels like that, you're a coward. I don't care what you say, you're a coward. If you find yourself, well, I'm judged this way and it's just too hard for me because of this, you're a coward. Judge people by the mistakes that they make and then how they rebound from that. If you see somebody that does something and then they come back twice as strong, that's a good person. That takes heart, that takes courage. Somebody that's willing to stand up for what they believe in and do the right thing, that takes heart. That's what makes a good person, because we're all making mistakes. We all do things that we shouldn't do. um, there are good people, and it doesn't matter where you come from. You don't have to come from a certain city to be a good person. You don't have to come from a certain family to be a good person. And they teach us that we have to be in a box, and you look at that person and immediately put them in a box because of what they look like. And you never get to know, what kind of a person that is. And you are the one that loses out because, good friendships that could be made. So I don't know, it sickens me.
More step 7, fabricate a problem, made a lie, step 8, put it on the news every night, step 9, when people start to fight and divide, take control, this is called situational design. They can't stop us, cause we're ready to fight, trying to brainwash us.
I like that beat.
We won't let freedom die.
I don't like the chorus, but I like the beat. So that was a really good video. I don't like his choruses. I never have. I don't see myself ever really enjoying those choruses. It's just, yeah. But his message is sound, and it's a wonderful message, and I think it's something we could all benefit greatly from. Is that there's a lot of good to be had in people. Each culture is very different, and that's what makes it beautiful, and that's what makes it unique. And the more that you exclude cultures and kind of divide people into these boxes that the mainstream wants them divided into, the more we lose. The greater we are is when we learn to love all of these different cultures and these different backgrounds that people have, and see the strengths that come with that. People are, generally speaking, they're strong, good-natured, and they want to do the right thing. And if you only judge them by the contents of their skin and what they look like, you'll never know what kind of a good person is on the inside. And it's sad. Like, it's a horrible thing. So I hope that I hope that we can kind of push through this and learn to work together instead of working to divide each other. Yeah, I mean, beauty is only skin deep, right? The character and the heart of a person, it doesn't matter what's on the outside. So look to find the character of a person. Good men and good women, they come from everywhere. So I don't know, I enjoy that message. I think that's a positive, powerful thing. I think that only darkness comes from division and segregation. I think it's a bad thing. So those are just my thoughts and opinions on that. And that's a dark time in our world right now. I hope that we can unite and find out that our neighbors are good people, and if you can learn to love your neighbor, and then you go to the next guy out and you realize that he's also your neighbor, he's in your town, so he's your neighbor, and then you go to the next town over, he's still your neighbor, he's just in another town. Like it grows, you know. I don't know. I hope that one day we can learn to work together and love people for the good things that they can do. Anyway, that's what I have. Overall, I really enjoyed that video. I give it a good thumbs up. Didn't love the hook, but it had a good beat and it had a really good message. So I'm really grateful that he put it out. I hope that people will listen to it and enjoy it. Yeah, I've been back to writing a little bit. Again, I'm really busy, but I've started a new project, so I will keep people up on that. If you want to, I'll have to update my website with some hints and things for that project as it's coming out, and you know, but looking forward to next Halloween time for my next project to be ready. So that's my goal. So anyway, yeah, if you're a reader, if you're looking for an adventure, if you're looking to get away from the worries of this world and you want to get lost in another one, I invite you to come into one of my worlds. Check out davidmunsonbooks.com and check out one of my books. Let me know what you think. I'm glad to talk to people about what they think of my stories and what they'd like to see next. And hopefully you enjoyed not only this video, but some of the other content that I have. And hopefully next time we can have, you know, Benji or one of the other kids in, but school has started up again, so it's going to be a busy time. But thank you very much for watching, and if you liked the video, please hit the like and the subscribe. Hit the bell notification if you want to know when we are launching new material, though it might be a little bit sparse in the next little bit just because we're busy, but we try to make it count. So I hope everybody finds a way to have a good day, smile, and find a way to love your neighbors. Thanks, guys. Have a good day. Bye.